Okay, we're back on the Nissan Altima again, 03 Altima. Our goal today is to get rid of the check engine light. So I've bought a new eBay cat. I think the cat in this thing is dead, so I'm gonna go ahead and replace that. Okay, so I mentioned trying to get the check engine light to go out. So unfortunately, you know, after doing the O2 sensor relocation, it appears that the cat is not working, or it's working, partially working. I think it might be plugged. So anyway, I bought this eBay header, so I'm going to have to kind of do this again. I went out and bought one more O2 sensor bung, and I don't know where I bought this, but just you can go online and just Google, 18 by 15 millimeter Weldon bung, and there's a lot of companies that sell these. Looks like this one's from Daytona Twin Tech. And get their phone number, address, whatever in there. Anyway, that's what I use. I do like these. So I just bought one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mock this thing up, fit it up in there. I won't put the gaskets in, just see how it fits, and then I'll have to mark out the rear. I'm just going to be putting the bung in back here somewhere, probably right there. And then it comes with a front bung, plus I have the two on the header, so I've got 3 places to put the front. But I think that's going to work pretty well. The wire should, easily get to that point. So that's the first thing. Going to get the new main catalytic converter put in. I've got some more header wrap, because that's the second thing. I'm getting a lot of noise complaints. The driver apparently doesn't appreciate the wonderful sound of the eBay race header. So we're going to try to quiet that down. I don't know if this is going to work, but the idea is I'm going to wrap probably up around the collector, up in this area. I'll put a wrap of header wrap, and then I went and went online and was doing some research. I'm not a motorcycle guy, but this is basically muffler packing for motorcycles, and this one happens to be for two-stroke, and I have no idea what the difference between 2 and 4-stroke. Like I say, I just wanted muffler packing, and I was kind of more looking at the amount of packing and the thickness. That's kind of what I was looking at, but this is the one I got. So the idea is, I'll wrap the collector, probably wrap it down, maybe stop about that bung there. And then I'll put this packing on, and then I'll put another layer of the header wrap over top of that. And that's about all I can do, to try to silence it. I personally don't think the car's all that loud, but it is louder than stock for sure. It sounds good, and it really performs well with that header on there. One other thing on these, I found out after the fact. I was looking at a YouTube video, and these tie wraps, you're supposed to have a special tool, I guess, to tighten these down. But what I'm going to do is, the tool is basically a 1/4 inch, extension with a slot in it. So I went to Harbor Freight, and that was the cheapest thing I could find. I couldn't just buy an extension, and I think this whole thing was like $6. So I'm going to sacrifice that. I'm going to try to take my cutoff tool and just put a slot in the end of that, and then you put that slot on here and you turn it like clockwise, and it'll tighten it down. And I guess that's how that's supposed to be done. Yeah, so that's it. So this eBay header came with all the hardware. I'm glad it came with the new spring bolt things, because mine are kind of in bad shape, and it's got some other bolts there, and it's got the gasket. So hopefully this is going to work out. So that's the project. Here we go. Okay, I marked my rear O2 sensor bung location. So I kind of just have this in here finger tight, and it's looking really good. It's going to work well. I had to the wires, the O2 sensor wires are wrapped together from the factory, so I had to unwrap some of that so I could get the front sensor to that new location. It used to be, you know, right here, so I had to unwrap that, and I'll have to go back and put new split loom on it and everything, but it's gonna work just fine. I've got the wires to where they'll plug in. I don't know if I can show it. There's the front sensor, but you can't really see the wiring from this angle, but it's in a pretty good spot. It'll be easy to plug in and everything, so that's gonna work great. Yeah, so far it looks like everything's fitting up just like it should. Okay, more later. Okay, I got the hole drilled for the bung, 3/4 inch hole. Got it all prepped. I'm gonna get that welded in there, and we'll go ahead and install this. Alrighty. Okay, I got the O2 sensor bung welded in. One of the things I like to do is put a spark plug chaser in the hole before you start welding, and that'll keep weld spatter from going down into the threads, and then you can, because that'll make it real hard to get your sensor in, and then you can just take it out and it'll clean it up as you pull it out of there. Okay, there we go. Alright, so I got the new cat in and everything. So what I had to do is I had to pull the wires back up. If you watched the relocation, O2 sensor relocation video, originally these were all in one bundle. Okay, because they were going to the same pretty much location down there. But now I'm using that other O2 sensor bung, so I had to basically Y it. So I had to strip off the old loom or split loom and electrical tape, factory tape, and then retape it and re-loom it, split loom it. So now I'm going to shove it back into where it needs to go and hook it up. Okay, sorry about shakiness here. Got the sensors in, it's all wired up. I don't know how much of this is going to show up, but there's the blue connector. So like I was showing earlier, the wires originally both came out right there, but now they're wiring, so the other one comes out right here. I can't really see that. Where am I? Right there. Anyway, I got it zip tied in there, and like I say, we're using that front O2 sensor. There we go. Okay. Okay, here's my custom made tool, and you just, like I say, you just put that on the tie, and then you know, use your ratchet and it'll turn these things around and tighten them up. Alright, so we're going to start working on that second half of the project and start doing some wrapping. Okay folks, definitely not the most beautiful thing I've ever done. Hopefully it'll make the car a little quieter. But I did it just like I said I was going to do it. And that muffler packing is kind of like a big fiberglass pillow. It didn't go all the way around, but I mainly got it between the body and the exhaust pipe, so hopefully it'll, quiet it down. Okay.